Welcome once again to the Gaming After 40 video podcast. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I'd like to thank everyone who's written in and encouraged me to get back to work. So, today we're going to take a look at some video game-related trading cards. From 1982, we have Topps Donkey Kong cards based on the classic Nintendo arcade game. And from 1992, during the 8 and 16-bit era, Zap packs from a company called Cards Distribution. Both of these are still sealed, but they're not worth very much, so today we're going to open them up and see what's inside. Alright, we're going to start with the Donkey Kong cards. We've got artwork adapted from the Coin-Op arcade cabinet of Donkey Kong, Mario, and Pauline at the time. The package, according to the cover, contains 3 rub-off cards, 3 stickers, and 1 stick of bubblegum. It's been almost 30 years, so I'm not expecting a lot from the bubblegum. There's also an ad on the back for Bazooka bubblegum, also produced by Topps. So, it's the old-fashioned wax paper wrapping that, if we are careful, nope, it's not going to unstick from itself. Wax paper does not stay unsticky forever. So, we have a poster, a set of stickers. I have no idea why Donkey Kong's face is on a phone with the sound effect Kaling, which sounds vaguely racist. And Mario whacking a barrel, which also sounds vaguely racist. Okay, we can put a sticker on our notebook, our locker. Today I'd have to put it on like my refrigerator with my high score at Donkey Kong, which would be embarrassing both in terms of the score and having that stuck to my refrigerator. We have what sounds like a leftover Valentine's card setting saying, "I'm ape over Donkey Kong," starring the brave carpenter. That's right, at this time, Mario was still a carpenter. He had not yet become a plumber. And Donkey Kong saying, "You drive me bananas," because he's a gorilla, which is vaguely speciest. Oh yes, then we get some Donkey Kong rub-off cards. The idea was that you would play the game by rubbing off 1 dot at a time. If you ran into a hammer, it was worth points. If you ran into a cake or a phone or an umbrella or a lunch pail, that was also worth points. And I think if you hit 3 fireballs or barrels along the way, then you were dead. Okay. That was fun for minutes at a time, and there are several of them in this set, actually representing a couple of different levels of the game, blue and red. And at the bottom of the pack we find what remains of the bubblegum, which is probably just about as fresh today as it was in 1982. So 3 stickers indeed, 3 rub-off cards, and a stick of bubblegum that oddly still looks tempting. No, we've got to move on to the Zap packs. These are from 1992. You can see there's a semi-obscured picture of Jimmy Lee on the cover from the Double Dragon games, and some sort of random mummy fist meant to probably evoke Castlevania or just look cool. And it also features a randomly packed hologram, so we'll see if there's a random one in this set. Okay, 8 cards per pack. They no longer included bubblegum at this time, for good reason. But they packed things in these Mylar packages that are a bit tricky to get undone. Did I say a bit tricky? Make that well nigh impossible. Alright, let's see. Hang on. Alright. Zap pack's impervious to fingernails. I will be right back. Alright, I haven't met very many packages that can stand up to a good box cutter. So let's see what we can do now. That's better. The Mylar yields. And inside we find 8 cards. So, start off with an NES non-classic, Totally Rad, and a character named Edogi? I don't know. And we get some Zap facts. Actually, probably more information about this character than has been documented anywhere else. He's public enemy numero uno, so yes, he's a big thug that you battle in the game. Totally Rad at level 5 from Jellicoe. Alright. Looks like Jellicoe's Totally Rad was considered to be popular, probably because it was indeed totally rad. And here we have the Bogus Pizza Boy, which, even though this game was coming out in the early 90s, still seemed like hip terminology to the executives at Jellicoe. He's a pizza vendor. He's a boss in level 1. And boy, someone really liked Totally Rad. Here's the Not-A-Kill, which is a villain. Is just a random enemy. Nope, it's the final stage of level 3. So 3 of the bosses from Totally Rad are recognized here. Shatterhand. This is another one of those games you find a lot at video rental stores, but not in anyone's personal collection. And Pogoborg is some sort of a robot enemy in Area B, which would be level 2, I presume. And beware, it transforms into a worm that can only be defeated by crushing his head with repeated blows. So, yeah. Okay, and more from Shatterhand. The Laserbot, yet another relatively generic enemy from a relatively generic action game. And General Grover, who has apparently abandoned his position on Sesame Street to don purple armor and cause difficulty for our hero in Area G. Alright. Now we have one of those very difficult labels to read. Oh, it's the Magic of Scheherazade and the character Koronia from Culture Brain's amazing Arabian Nights themed action game. And Koronia is actually one of the good characters who apparently helps our hero, so it's not your typical villain card that we've been seeing so far. And at last, the only game here that most people are likely to remember, it's Double Dragon and the character of Willy, who I believe is the final boss. Let's see, not quite, but he guards the hideout of the shadow boss. That was just going off the machine gun there. So that's the end of the Zap packs. They're colorful and certainly evocative of the time period, but you can see why nobody's really collecting these things. So, well, this was fun. I'm glad I finally got around to opening these, and
That zombie is not going to come back in stealth.